Did I just get suckered by Jonathan Katz-Moses? I'll let you be the judge. So about 17 days ago, Jonathan Katz-Moses dropped a video where he was doing something. Actually, I don't remember what the video is about, but I do remember that he kind of teased this jig that he was about to release the next week, and I was kind of like, interesting. Fast forward to the next weekend, which was basically last weekend, and that's when he announced he was releasing a sharpening jig, and it was like, oh, very interesting. Like a lot of you out there, I've got a lot of sharpening devices. I bought a whole bunch of stuff over the years, and I'm like, I'm gonna sharpen, I'm gonna make my chisels beautiful, I'm gonna make my hand planes beautiful, I'm gonna make everything beautiful, all my knives and everything, and I've got like whetstones, work sharp sharpeners, and all this kind of stuff, even sandpaper plates, and I even have a Rikon slow speed wet sharpener. The problem is I've never used them. So when I saw this, I decided I'm gonna buy this and I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use this sharpening jig and I'm gonna start sharpening my chisels and everything else and become a great woodworker. I'm gonna become the next George Maloof. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I ordered it and then I put it in my cart and I was like, how much is it gonna be? So with tax and shipping, it was like $98. And I was like, $98? It only costs 80 bucks. It's gonna cost me 20 bucks in extra fees and shipping. And I was like, man, what's the deal with this place, right? And I was looking and I was like, okay, so if I buy $100 worth of stuff, free shipping. So I was like, okay, fine, I'm gonna do that. So I start looking and I'm like, what am I gonna order here? I have no idea what else to order. Like they've got dovetail jigs, they've got sled jigs. And I was like, man, what can I buy? And then I thought, oh, let me just get this one other piece. The Katz-Moses Universal No Deflection Stop Block, version 2.0. 80 bucks for the jig, 40 bucks for this, $120, maybe $7 in taxes. Okay, that's fine, I'll order that. And instead of spending all this money on shipping, I can get an extra product. And so that's what I got here. So let's get into it. All right, here it is, Katz-Moses tools. I cut it open already. And now we're gonna get into it. Look at that, they even have their own tape here. That's so fancy, guys, so fancy. All right, looks like I open on the bottom. It's upside down, everything in here. Hope it doesn't fall out. Oh, what's this? Oh, there's the stop block. Oh, it's kind of beefy. Oh, that's weighty. It's a lot more weighty and beefy than I thought. And it's got this thing where you slide it back and forth, I guess for micro adjustment. We'll have to read more about that somewhere, or maybe just watch more videos about it. This must be the universal sharpening jig. Oh, look, there's even a Katz-Moses tools by woodworkers for woodworkers. And a little kind of cat, that's cute. That's terribly cute. A little bit of printing on the box, very nice. All right, so there's, first things first, they got this angle guide. So you basically will put your blade up against the angle, and that helps you to set the right distances so that when you put the blade down on your whatever sharpening surface, it will give you the right bevel angle, and that's important. All right, here is the tool. Very nicely done. Look at, it's pretty weighty. Brass fit, looks like brass fittings here. Anodized machined aluminum. So this piece here is already 3 pieces. Look, the machining here. Very nice and tight tolerances. I like that. That's a little bit of hand holds here, so you have a little bit of grippiness. I'm not sure exactly how it's supposed to work. They did send a PDF. So when you buy this, they'll send you a PDF, which I looked at, but I totally forgot to look at now. One thing about these are steel blades. If you're working around that, these are all aluminum, and you can easily cut into the aluminum and damage it. So be careful if you're using a knife like I am to cut, ouch, to cut this open. From what I remember from the video, this is where you put your, open this up, and there's 2 pieces here, and that's going to get enough space for our blade. This is one of my old 1980s era Craftsman Sears building chisels. Like, this is like heavy duty. There is a little stop block that you can use now to get your angle. So we can do something. I think we can set it up. This is super beefy. Okay, this is a nice quality thing. Now, I did buy a while back one of these other types of jigs, and I just kind of like, once I ordered this, I went straight back and returned it because I hadn't opened the packaging for the other jig. And so I took it back to my Woodcraft, and I was like, can I return this? It hasn't been used. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this chisel, and all you gotta do is push it into here. So I'm pushing it a little bit, just snugging it up into the 30-degree spot there. And I'm also pushing it up against this pin, and then I'm going to push this here, set that up so that's right next to it, so we can use that now as a reference surface because that's supposed to be square, and all we have to do is to get that in there. I'm putting the the butt of the chisel on my, as they say in Hawaii, in my opu, my tummy. Tighten that down, and this should give us the right angle. Oh, wait a moment. I think I'm upside down. I think it should be, oh gosh, that's tight. It does leverage it out, and so it made it a little bit tighter that way. I think I have to turn it this way so that the flat end is on the top here like that. Okay. Then we put this here, get our 30 degrees. Is that right? Jonathan, if you guys watch this, you should tell me, oh, dude, you're doing this totally wrong. You're totally like not doing our product a disservice. So it feels, it's getting a little bit stuck in there, meaning that it's a little bit tight. So maybe it should come back a little bit. I'm just a little bit worried about scratching the anodizing. Okay, there we go. So that's going to be pretty much, that can't be right. That goes there, that goes here. Is that it? Is that, maybe that's it. Maybe you're supposed to, oh yeah, there we go. So you hold it like that. So your finger, your thumbs fit right there. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. So now you can do this kind of action. So let's give it a try. Just as a quick SMG kind of thing. So I've got my little plate here. Now these are pretty, this chisel's kind of beat up, so I'm trying to flatten it out and make it nice. But let's see what we can do. I've got 320 grit wet dry paper, 600 grit here. Now we're going to try this, and I really should tell you that I am probably the worst person for this kind of thing because I am not very good at sharpening. I really haven't done a lot of it, so let's wet this down. I could be doing this completely wrong. I'm going to hold on to my fingers in those little finger holes right here and just press down evenly like that. Oh, is that should be square. Okay, good. Now, it's very comfortable, very easy, and I think I'm maintaining the right angle, which is something that I haven't been able to do. I am seeing some, what do you call it, some shavings on the water, so that's good. We're removing material. Let's have a look at it. It's a 30-degree bevel. Does that look good? I don't have enough experience to know if that looks good or not, but it feels good. And it feels comfortable, and it feels easy to do. Like, this is easy to set up and make happen. Oh yeah, we're definitely shaving away, or removing some of the material now. All right, let's continue. It's really smooth and easy to use. I'm pleasantly surprised, right? Try to absorb some of that. Oh yeah, look at that. That's getting that. But it's more on this side, so maybe I'm pushing too hard on the left. So maybe I should put a little bit harder on the right. That could be something to pay attention to as well, is how much pressure you give on the tool. Although that's not really changing anything. Maybe I just need to, as you can see, it's not really changing much. Maybe I just need to continue on, because there's still, if you look at, there's still a lot that needs to come off. Now, as someone that is truly a neophyte to this, that's never really, actually I've never used a jig until now, this is actually fairly nice. As an experience using a jig, I kind of like it. It's removed here through there, and maybe here through there. But you can see it's still rough right here, so we need to continue on. I feel like I want it to go faster, but I don't have any reference point. I think it's working. I think it's just a slow process. Let's go to a different part of the sandpaper. It's definitely making something happen. I think I'm starting to feel a burr forming on the back here. If I rub on the edge, yeah, that's pretty good. That's starting to give something. So even though it looks like it's not touching, it feels like it's definitely forming an edge. Let's go try the 600 grit. Getting there. Now, at the beginning of this video, I asked the question, did I just get suckered by Jonathan Katz-Moses? If I bought this by itself, I would end up paying $98 with taxes and shipping in order to get it. So I was like, oh man, I can't want to pay all that money. Let me just go and order something else. And so I got this, the Katz-Moses stop block, which seems like a nice tool. It's very well machined and very well balanced. It's got nice weightiness to it. You use this to, I guess, micro adjust or fine adjust in each direction. Look at the way the scalloping is going there. Very, very nicely done. Brass handles. You can reverse this T-lock knob so you can put it any way that you want. But the problem is, this is my crosscut sled, one that I made myself, and the only T-track that it has is on the face and not on the top. And the Katz-Moses stop block naturally works with a top-based T-track. I guess I could put it like that. Kind of weird. That'll be kind of weird because the adjuster is down there, but it would kind of work. But that's not a great solution. And I don't have too many other miter kind of things that I could use. I've got an Inca router table with Wonder Fence, but that doesn't really have a top-mounted T-track. I also have this Inca Miter 1000 HD, but it doesn't have a top-mounted T-track, and it already has its own stop block anyway. So I really don't have anything where I can mount this right now. It's just gonna have to find a place sitting on the wall, looking all Katz-Mosey nicey. But I guess, you know, that now that I have this, I join all the cool kids in YouTube woodworking. But don't get me wrong, I'm not upset. I do admit that the title is a little bit clickbaity, or maybe very clickbaity. This stop block seems like a really nice solution. If you have a top-mounted T-track, would be perfect. But this video is really about the Katz-Moses universal sharpening jig, and my first impression is really, really positive. I think that it feels like a great tool. It moves, is really smooth. It's got great action. I think the quality is super high. $80 for this, so it's not the cheapest in the tool shed, right? There are a lot of jigs that are much cheaper, but they also work a lot cheaper. They're a little bit more janky, I think. This one, you've got so much adjustability. Like they said, if you watch this video, and I'll link that down below, you know, you can adjust this stop block for different angles somehow, like that. Right, so it's got a lot of versatility, really well made. I'm really excited to have this, and I was really excited to see it when he announced it in his video. I ordered it right away. The day that it came out, I saw the video and I was like, oh, I gotta find my 80 bucks and buy it. And I'm totally very, very pleased that I got it. So something to check out if you're interested in a sharpening jig. I think this might be one worthy of consideration for you. And yeah. Thank you very much for tuning in, and hope you enjoyed this. If you like it, please consider subscribing, or I'd tell you to join my Patreon, but I don't have a Patreon, so subscribe and like and blah, 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 blah. Now, even though I've been a YouTuber for over 5 years now, I'm not really one that buys a lot of stuff from YouTubers. I have bought a stand for the 810 Mini from Aaron Parecki, a hat from Airac, and my really good friend Brian gave me a t-shirt from Flynn Dog Woodworks.